Yeah, so here's the deal. The cameras have been around forever now. And forever, I mean like 15-ish years. The Red 1 came out in 2007. The Red 1 that people should probably get if they're getting a Red 1, 2009. So it's been 10 years. 15 years. 15 years. Good at math. 15 years. Yeah. Having said that, here's the problem. And I looked this up. So if you look at media, because that's really what I'm afraid of when it comes to Red, is media, because Red is so locked down with their media, their Red mags, their memory cards and stuff, their Red branded memory cards. You don't really need a Red battery, even though they sell Red batteries, but you can get regular batteries, a different way to power it. But when it comes to the memory cards, it's only Red. It has to be Red. It's not normal for other cameras to do this, but the problem is, if you're buying an old cheap Red, you're also buying the old cheap media that goes with it, and SSDs die. And so in the same way we're losing X amount of World War II survivors every day, there's less Red mags out there, and especially for the old cameras, new ones are not getting made, and you can't really refurbish them because, again, they're Red. It'd be really nice if Red just unlocked whatever firmware they have that locks out other memory cards, but they don't. And I looked up because I saw that the Red 1, you can get it with a CF slot, which when I was in film school, we had a Red mag. They'd upgraded it to the Red mag, but you get a CF slot. But one of the first things says, if you do use a third-party CF card on a Red 1, you're restricted to 2K instead of 4K capture. So like you're wasting the use of the camera, which is raw 4K. From a long time ago, the groundbreaking camera, all that kind of stuff. Also, the CF cards tend to be smaller, especially the Red branded ones. 16 gigabytes, 8 to 15 minutes. That's insane today. So that's what it is. So if you look, okay, let's just look through the chart before I even go through the rest of this. Red 1, media, CF card, but we know has to be a Red CF card, which won't give you very much shooting time. If you use something else, it's only 2K or 1080p, basically. If you get the upgrade with the Red mag, then you're getting old Red mags, which goes right into the DSMC1 Red mag, Red mini mag. So I like that you could upgrade your old DSMC1 from the old Red mag style to the mini mags, because the mini mags do seem to be better. I don't know if they're higher capacity. I feel like they probably are. I definitely have seen 1 terabyte Red mini mags. I don't know if I've seen any 1 terabyte Red mags. But again, if you buy the Red mag set, there's only so many Red mags left in the world. And yes, there's hacks to get around using the Red. You can, in theory, somebody out in the internet has put a regular SSD into a Red mag housing. But would you want to rely on that outside of just like a toy? No. And if you're getting a toy, just get the Red 1, obviously. So Red mags are probably out. Red mini mags are still getting made because the DSMC2, the more recent, super squares, all use Red mini mags, so they're out there, but they are crazy expensive, especially now that SSD prices are so low. They're inappropriately, I feel like they were like $1,000 for, I don't know, 250 gigabytes back in the day. I don't even know what they'd be now. We got more recent ones, 2019 model, still doing mini mags, and so obviously they're still making mini mags. And then DSMC3, so the recent stuff. The Red Komodo, which is the cheapest Red camera new. CFast 2.0. That's exciting. CFast 2.0 is available, and many cinema cameras and other cameras use CFast 2.0, so they're out there. They are still incredibly expensive. I believe my Blackmagic uses CFast 2.0, but compared to the same size SSD, you're paying, like $100 for a 1 or 2 terabyte SSD, whereas the CFast 2.0, you're paying 4 times that, I feel like. So I don't even think this camera has ever had a CFast 2.0 in it. And then the rest of them are CF Express, which is even more expensive, but it's better. So, and that's where we are. And then Red Mini Mag for the Panavision Millenniums. Not that that matters. Yeah, so that narrows it down. So we can't really do a Red 1 outside of it being a toy, even though obviously the cheapest ones are going to be Red 1s, because you're either getting the crappy red CF cards that are just the oldest and just going to die because it's SSD media and it's not high quality stuff just because the quality is old. Or you're getting red mag, which is the same thing. I bet if you bought a whole bin of red mags, you might find some winners or some low hours ones on there. But I still wouldn't trust it. And if you end up in a situation where you have three and you take them to set and one of them dies, the chance of another one or the other two dying because they're of the same age are just like so high. And then we got red mini mag. So I guess red mini mag is the way to go. Let me just see how much a red mini mag not bought from red, because that would be crazy, would cost. 480 gigabyte 4-pack, $7,000. I don't even know if I believe that. But here's a pre-owned red mini mag from Japan, $700 for half a terabyte. 700 bucks for half a terabyte. Yeah, that's crazy. Again, you get an SSD now, you can get a 1 terabyte for like $80 or $60. So here we go. A lot of 4-width case of a half gig mini mag, $2,600. Is that a deal? I mean, man, look how chewed up they are too. And I don't know the distinction between the red colored ones and the black colored ones. I honestly don't know. This hasn't been, so the opening bid is $400. Good God, the media is expensive. So I think the move is you just gotta buy the camera with the reader, with the cards. You gotta buy the whole kit. So I guess we'll do that. So we want red mini mags. I feel like is our best guess. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's just sort by price, because that's never been a problem. And we won't do any broken ones because we're not fools. So no for parts, basically. We could do seller refurbish, but I don't think you're legally allowed to refurbish that kind of stuff anyway. We got a lot of Polaroid cameras. This is going to be tricky, isn't it? Can I do brand? I'll do North America while I'm here. Brand. Red. There we go. Scarlet X bundle for $2,200. We'll look at that. Here's another Scarlet. That just looks like the brain though. An Epic with a buy it now $5,250. We got a Dragon with, it looks like quite a few pieces. Notice I don't see any media in this. That's probably the same thing. Dragon 6K. Raven. I'm adding these as tabs, and I'm sure somebody's going to have a brain aneurysm seeing me add all these tabs to my computer. Yeah, let's just do the whole first page and see. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. So this one for $5,000 looks like it has at least one card and batteries. Oh, yikes. Complete kit, DSMC2. That guy looks like a working pro. He even has the original boxes. What a man. What a person. Doesn't have to be a man. Epic with brain. Here's another dragon. Yeah, because if you get to like 8 or 10, you're in red Komodo territory, so there's no point. But again, given the fact that the red Komodo will take CFast 2.0, as evidenced by, where have I? Yeah. Red Ranger. There's Komodo. Yes. So yeah. Anyway. Okay. So let's look. $2,200. This is a steal if everything's in it. Let's see. We got the brain. We got a red mag. So it's red mag, not mini mag. I can't tell what mount that is. I want to say Canon, but I'm not an expert. This is the side that takes the handle. That is a V mount, so I bet there's red batteries that go with it. Scarlet X, that's the bottom of the camera. Here's the side grip. That's cool because that means you don't have to have the red branded monitor if you don't need it. That's the side grip again. That is a red battery. And that's a red battery charger, maybe? No, it's a... Yeah, it's a battery charger for the red... I don't know. I'm not an expert on this stuff. There's your XLR option, which is kind of janky, but hey, this, red remote, so that's the side handle. Cool. So that's cool. How many does it come with? So it's got a Scarlet X need reformatted, otherwise works fine. I don't know what needs reformat. Does the card need reformatting? Because if your card needs that's one of those other things. Because Red does RAW, you can't just delete. You might on the new ones. On the Komodo and the newer ones, you probably can, but you can't just go into the memory card and delete this individual file. You have to clear the memory card, which is annoying. So maybe that's what needs reformatted means. If you're having trouble resetting and doing upgrades, send to Red to manually reconfigure. We have done this in the past. Would recommend only people who are familiar with Red consider making this purchase. Yeah, that's the other thing is Red cameras have a really bad habit of having something go wrong and you have to ship them out to Red. It's the cost of buying a Porsche. It really is. I'm not saying Porsches are unreliable. I'm just saying, there's a level of concierge when you're dealing with this level of equipment. Pelican case, red remote case, the side handle with a battery. Oh, that's what that battery was for. And a charger, and then some wooden camera stuff. This needs replaced. It's not regulated well. Had to retape to get stable of energy. So it's a wooden camera. V-mount plate. So do they even say they have a... So they didn't even mention cards. So maybe they're selling the cards separately, which would be brutal. If I cared, if I was a real big Red person, maybe this would be a good investment. I don't know the numbers, but this seems like it's sort of venturing into Red 1 territory, into how much sort of jank is involved in getting this to work. So okay, pass on that. Next up, Red Scarlet with running time, so that's cool. It looks like it's just a brain and a handle, but let's see. We got a brain and a handle, and then that looks like a power adapter for probably a V-mount. Comes in the cube. I remember the cube well. Lol. Yep, V-mount. Yep. But I'm much appreciated with the handle, because then you don't have to go through the trouble of trying to source one of those 5-inch or 7-inch monitors, because those things are expensive. There's the monitor. What do you know? Cool. That looks like a 5-inch. And we got battery module. Okay. That goes for the handle, I believe, right? Side handle. Yeah, so they all come with cases. That's cool. We do have a red mag reader, so that probably means there's a red mag in here. We got 3 red mags. I wonder what size they are. So those are red mags. Yeah, those are proper red mags. Those are not mini mags. 128, 64, 64. Boy, the world has changed. So that's cool. At least there's 3, so you get 3 chances, really. And an EVF. Wow, this person was a real... Oh, there's the red remote. That's cool. So you don't even need the side handle. So it might even be worth it if you can get the remote and the side handle to work, to get rid of one of them. Probably the remote, or keep it. That's the adapter plate. That's a top plate. This looks like an additional fan cooling because of the heat problems. I can respect that. Although this is red branded, so maybe this is just they swapped it. I've handled reds, but this level of technicality, Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else they got. Power adapter. We got the same wooden camera, XLR adapter. Didn't know that was a thing. I went to film school, so we all did separate audio. I think it's cool that you can get XLR, but also, yeah. And then this is probably a PL mount adapter. It looks like. Let's see what they say. Very low usage, selling the whole kit. Everything is tested in perfect condition. Yeah, 3 mags, a remote, a V-mount adapter, a quad charger, an adapter plate, docking station for the Red mags. It says Red Mini 1.8, but I don't think those are minis. I think those are full-size Red mags, aren't they? I may be too dumb for this. This may have been a mistake. I don't know. I don't see context because you can tell if it's when it's sticking out of the side of the camera, whether it's a mini mag or a regular mag. But based on the fact that the thing doesn't say, where's the charger box? Oh, this was a mistake. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through stuff, aren't I? Here it is. Red mag 1.8 inches. Whoop. The light turned on. Well, that helped the exposure. It's going to turn off in a second, though. Spooky. For $3,000. I mean, it seems like you got everything here. So this could be a deal. Where's it coming from? Brooklyn. That makes sense. 7-inch monitor. So there's, wow. This person had a 5-inch LCD and a 7-inch monitor. I didn't notice the 7-inch. This person's just trying to get out of this camera is what that means. Because they could definitely part out the memory cards, the Red mags. I think they're regular size Red mags. Get rid of that. You could part out those. You could part out the monitors. You could part out the remote, and you could part out the side handle, and much more than $3,000. So I guess for the sake of, if you wanted to get into as cheap as possible, $3,000. Although you'd probably have to find some additional mini mags from some regular mags from somewhere because they're definitely going to die. And so, yeah, contender for a good deal though, I'd say. Let's see what else they say. Tactical plates. Yeah, cool. Okay, good for them. Moving on. An Epic with a 5K sensor, which is the smaller sensor. That's a Red mag for sure. Do you see how big that thing is? That's a Red mag. So I'm pretty sure the last one was too. But it's a full kit. It looks like it's 2 mags, a side handle. That is, I believe, the 5-inch touchscreen. And then we got a V-mount. That's a very solid kit, I have to say. And then a dual charger. And I believe this is the reader. That's the thing kitted out. Good for them. Even got the red handle with the label on it that says Red. I found that to be so ugly. $5,200 for the buy it now. That seems like a lot of money for this. Oh, yes. Yeah, so 1.8 inches is Red mag. But it comes with the reader. Yeah. That's a good kit. Is it 5,000 good if you're committed to buying Red? Maybe. But again, you could probably sell either the handle or the top, either side handle or the top monitor and recoup like 1,000. So call it 4,000. Maybe. It's a lot for something that's pretty beat up though. Much bigger cards though, 256 and 128. Cool. Good for him. So that's a little too expensive, but Connecticut. So it's all East Coast people. That looks like a 7-inch monitor now that I'm looking at it. All right, next one up. We got a Red Epic Dragon, which is the 6K. I don't remember. We can look. Dragon. Dragon is an 8K. That's not true though. It's a Dragon 6K for sure. Yeah. Or 5. Oh, it's probably a 5K actually. This is a what? It's a red Epic X Dragon. So Scarlet Epic. There's an Epic W. AKVV, yeah. So it's probably DSMC1. Epic X Dragon 6K. Yeah, 2012. Yeah, so okay. We got the battery for the side handle. Man, that side handle, I didn't realize the side handle was such a fundamental part, but I guess it is. And also he removed the mount, and that looks like a Canon mount, I think. And I believe that's the 5. I don't know. It's a pretty good, we got 2 mounts. That is it the same mount? I can't tell. This appears to be the same mount. I don't know. I can't tell. I think that's is that an AA filter? I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff. 5.0. Boy, this thing has seen some action. Okay, let's see what he says. Oh, it's Adorama. Good. Well, at least it's Adorama. SSD module installed. Side gear panel installed. Optical low pass filter. That's what that thing was. Fan kit to cool it off. Good for them. I didn't realize it was such a big deal to get the fan kit, but shows what I know. So it does not come with media, but it is Adorama, so they'll give you some kind of short warranty. 4100. That's hard to justify because you really want the whole thing. Moving on. Dragon 6K DSMC1, and this looks like a regular. There's that wooden camera A-box. Man, I didn't realize how popular that thing was. So these are regular red mags. Yep. Classic double firewire. Oh, I remember those days. Those look like fans to me. There's the red moat. Nikon mount. What is on is that a sticker? It must be a sticker. 256 gig. That's a mini mag. I thought. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. 1.8 inch. Those are definitely mini mags. I say definitely, but I honestly don't know. Those are red mags. Shows what I know. Gotta love that case though. So we got a remote. There's yep. That's the optical low pass filter. God, it's cool. This stuff is really cool. This proprietary, it's very cool, but man, it's like, ugh. Let's see. Low light optical low pass filter installed. Skin tone optical low pass filter additionally. Red PL mount installed. Has an Nikon mount sealed in box. Interesting. So this was probably a production company, and so it came with a Nikon mount, and they ordered a red PL mount, and they just never opened the Nikon mount. I could believe that. A Dragon, a 5-inch touchscreen, some gold mount, power. I have V mount, that doesn't matter. Let's see, 2 top handles, 2 red mags, 256 gig, shipping US only. Yeah, for real, you don't want to get scammed. Includes red side handle used on David Fincher's House of Cards. I believe he means that the type of side handle being used was on David Fincher's House of Cards, although there's only the one side handle, isn't there? So, not parting it out. The camera is one of the most color metadata. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Well, if you're buying this, you don't need to explain that, but that's fine. It's coming from Virginia. $4,000. That's pretty solid, honestly. I don't hate that. I might roll the dice with that one. I could see myself rolling the dice with that one. 4,500. Is it going to be a significant upgrade? Well, the case is immaculate. Looks like mini mags too. I think I see mini mags in there. Oh, that outrigger handle. God. And it has a record button. Oh, there's the module for extra I/O. It's a clean looking camera too. I'm falling in love. That's about right. Look how chewed up this. You can get those replaced too, and it looks like you probably should on this one. Always showing off the sensor. Red Raven 4.5K. Let's see here. 480 gig mini mag and 120 gig mini mag. That's pretty solid. So are the black ones just smaller capacity? Is that what that means? A reader. There's the box. And it comes with a box. I'd be afraid to have a Pelican case that said red on it because that's just asking for trouble. And it says Sigma on it too. Honestly, this 4500 has a V-mount on wear and tear first aid, screw broken into one of the adapter being rubber on the back. Yeah, this for 4,500 is definitely superior to this for 4,000, if only for the mini mags. Moving on. Helium 8K PL mount 4,500, and it's just the brain, right? There's no way. That's cool. I'm gonna have to pass though, unless it comes with accessories. But dang, that's cool. Oh, it's Adamant. Yeah, it doesn't come with accessories. Good for them. A 4,600, a Dragon 5K Scarlet with a wooden side handle and a small rig. Ooh, there. That's people are gonna thumb their nose at that. Small rig accessories on a red. Looks clean though. There's a mini mag. What does it say? 512, 480. Yeah, same thing. There's the 5-inch touchscreen or 4.7-inch touchscreen. I wonder how much he paid for that wooden handle. I feel like. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. I like the case. I don't know if I would have that red logo on it. Great camera, comes in case, 5-inch red monitor, wooden handle, side and cheese plate, 40 gig mini mag, remount, only has 200 hours on it currently. Oh man, how did this thing only have 200 hours on it? If you already had this setup and you wanted a second for $4,600, I could believe it. But looks like a Nikon mount based on that lens. All right, moving on. Scarlet Dragon 5K 480 gig. So one card, one mini mag, it looks like. Yep. Dragon 5K. I mean, it looks like it's in good shape, but you're not going to get the deal of the century like you did that other one. The custom cutouts, I get custom cutouts for something as sensitive as like a red brain, but that also means you can't pack other stuff in it, which is kind of irritating. Mag retails for 1,200. Whatever, dude. Yeah. Okay. Not a deal, but it looks like it's in great condition. 5,000, and it comes with one memory card. Because they die, or you can sell them to somebody else who already has a red for, whatever you want, basically. I don't think this is even worth looking at, but Comes with VMAT batteries. So they're getting out of the game. So no for that. 2 batteries, 2 mini mags, $8,000. Jesus, that's too high. 6,100, but again, how many memory cards? And this one appears to be possibly 0, even though they kept all the boxes. That's a bummer. I'm just going to skip to the end. 1. It appears to have 1 480 mini mag. It's a good looking case though. And all the power. You love to see a case like that, which is full of power. That's the 7-inch monitor for sure. Yep. Is it $6,100 good? I don't know. Those batteries are old. It's a full kit though. You just have to find another. Even as a focus whip. Is there a follow focus? There is a follow focus. There's a Tilta follow focus with a whip. That's old school. And it looks like that's not a matte box. That might be an eyebrow. I don't see a matte box down here. I don't know. I guess if you're getting into it, it's nice to have somebody who keeps all the boxes. 2 mini mags. That's really the name of the game. That's not worth looking at unless this is like a 8K. Okay, PL mount. Nothing new. And they're throwing in little stuff that makes it really clear that they want out. Mini mag, yeah. Is it worth it? I don't know. Dragon 5K with the remote. Does it come with? Let's see. A 1 terabyte mini mag. Dang, those things were expensive back in the day. Canon EF mount, Pelican case. Hawaii. Ooh, that's gonna make it expensive. It's cool. But you'd probably save money flying to Hawaii to pick it up, honestly. And then red mini mags. All right, so that's what it is. So for $3,000, you roll the dice with this guy and know that the memory cards are gonna die on you because they're red mags, and what will be. But there's 3 of them. We got this one for $5,250 with 2 red mags. No complaints there. It's pretty clean. This guy for $4,000. It's got the 2 mini mags, right? No, they're red mags. 2 red mags. $4,000 maybe. $4,500. This may be the deal, honestly. Although it'd be nice to pick up another mini mag. But this Red Dragon 4.5K DSMC2 for $4,500. Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh, if your budget is $4,000, then obviously you're gonna want to get the $3,000 one, and then just hope and pray that you can find more red mags, and that'll be your extra $1,000. If your budget is $5,000, well, I don't see why you wouldn't do this one, especially because it's in Louisiana, so it's a working pro. Yeah. So, what did we learn? Is it time to buy a used red camera and be the cool director of photography you were always meant to be? The numbers ain't there. The numbers ain't there. Just rent. And if you're not getting jobs because you're having to rent, then I don't know. You probably shouldn't be doing it anyway. Good to know. So probably no. And again, you can get a Blackmagic Pocket 4K for $1,300 because the price is never going to go down. New forever, and it comes with free Studio DaVinci Resolve. So there you go. It would be nice to own a red camera. It would. I think my budget, unless I was a working DP, which I'm not, the lowest I'd be willing to get into a used Red camera that I would trust is probably like $5,000 or $6,000, probably like eight. And at that point, you're buying a Red Komodo. Although what you can get for used versus a Red Komodo is kind of wild too, because Red Komodo does have some drawbacks. Short of that, as a toy, I think my budget for a toy Red camera, like a Red One, and just roll the dice with those media cards, $1,200 tops, and that would require everything to be already there with it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Rent. You know. All right. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. Catch you next time.